This is called Monolith. Language sits riverstone heavy in my belly. I can't grasp the right words to offer you the feelings trapped in my throat. I want to pull out a heart-shaped stone, a smooth oval pebble, a granite colossus to glyph my emotions, but I don't trust my words. They echo hollow in my mouth, reverberate against my teeth, unintelligible, indecipherable, unexplainable sounds like, So instead I open my mouth wide, reach my arm down into my dark spaces, feel the cold water running, the stones heavy smooth. Push my hand into pebble and dirt and thick ancient mud, pulling up handfuls that get stuck under my fingernails and get stuck against my teeth, gritty, slick, solid. My tongue rolls small lumps and clumps into mutable word beginnings, shape-shifting sounds blurring one into the other. I ask you, does this make any sense? Because I can't get them to stick, to fit together, to guide the feelings in my chest towards the sounds of their awakening. It shouldn't be this hard, this landscape of expression. Isn't it in my DNA? Didn't my ancestor, the one that climbed out of the primordial ooze, didn't it sing to purple sunsets, coo over aquamarine swells that pushed it towards terra firma? And when that simple slimy organism felt the cool mud on its belly, didn't its cells sigh in unison? Some expression of relief and realization and exhilaration. How else to explain this new world, these new feelings, these new sights? Language lives tucked inside our cells, deep in our cellular memory, inherited from the ocean and the mud and the tallest of trees. Trees who speak to each other in electrical impulses and voltage-based signals, green songs of wind and pest and soul-cracking drought that travel time unbound through limb and leaf and skin-scarred bark. I've heard their songs, sitting high in their branches, a shared memory of wind in my bones, singing weather through my hips, sliding summer sunsets along my arms. I've dreamt of whales singing their songs sorrow, sounding out across the depths, echoing ocean's melody, her voice dissolving long ago, thinned to a trickle from the ebb and flow. These stories tumble like polished rocks, smooth from my mouth, shining gems I place in the palm of your hand, but you give them back. They're not the right shape, the right shine. You're looking for the flat, smooth stone to skip across my heartbeat, but I keep that tucked away deep inside the topography of my chest. How is it that language bubbles up inside me in a geyser gush description of the world, but I can't tell you how I feel? But I should stop all this whinging and whining. This is a privileged mouth. It should be grateful. It still possesses its native tongue. Hasn't had it cut out, replaced by another that's too thick, unfamiliar. Tasting of suppression, oppression, sharp metallic blood, annihilation. This mouth, this tongue can speak openly, freely. This mouth should bite, its tongue should go silent. As they listen for their ancient sounds, unfamiliar in their ears, yet comfort in their bodies. Listen so they can speak of their muted memory and history and stitch back together their ancestry. This mouth, this tongue should listen carefully. Listen for the scraping and shaping as words are sharpened and honed on hateful whetstones, transformed from explanation and definition to exclusion, persecution, retribution, where neighbor and friend becomes them and they, code for other, then enemy, then dark, explicit destruction. And so what of the feeble mumblings of my heart when beautiful words are turned weapon cruel for some bitter end? Listen for how once beautiful sounds transmogrify in monstrous mouths become rifles, missiles, the finger on the button. Listen for how words become ciphers, where ethnic cleansing is just another shade of genocide. Secondhand is disguised as pre-owned, and divorce is prettied up as conscious coupling, uncoupling. We are a clever species. We like to think, molding, melding, mutating language to reflect our own evolution, if we may call it that. I want you to think I'm clever, but clever is the person who came up with the word mashup. Mashup, where the word is the thing and the thing is the word, a linguistic Ouroboros that makes my head hurt when I think about it, but I still want to be that person, want to be that inventive. To conflate, deflate, eviscerate whole word sounds into WTF, OMG, SDFU. Reduce language down to zeros and ones to fit into the technology that holds it captive. Reduce the beats and spaces. And the machines may transform it, but the machines will never own it, as language is our soul's instrument. Played in symphonies and cacophonies of love and heartbreak, grief and exhilaration, anger and desire. I dream of Michelangelo carving the marble away from the captive slaves, pulling their lush bodies out of the stone. I want to be that visionary. Embody artistry, cut away at the extra, leaving only jewel-tone words shining from my lips. I want to possess a verbal virtuosity where the colors of my heartbeat flow off my tongue. Paint your ears in kaleidoscope symphony, sketch sonatas across your soul. Instead, I sit silent. Afraid to tell you the machinations of my heart, I would rather let my lips lie and my eyes tell the truth. Would rather my tongue tap braille across her body than tumble out clumsy pebble pronouncements of how I feel. So language lingers, savior and saddest in my cells, torturing me. Words roil my insides, bump up against each other, try to scratch their way up my throat. I should trust my words. Breathe them out onto your skin, where your cells sing the song of my cells and the song of the stars, ancient memory magic, breathe out to each other in moon dust and meteor trails. I should trust my words, offer them up to you before they're too heavy to carry in my chest. I should trust my words, those stalwart, solid monoliths built up around my tender heart. Pull them down, carve them up, offer them to you in sharp stone slivers of I want you, I miss you, I love you. Until all I am is this exposed, raw flesh, with no stones left to protect it from the cool, rushing flood of your ancient heart.